Hi guys, welcome back to my humble abode. It's Saturday morning, I've been cleaning, and whilst I was doing that I thought to myself, perhaps it's about time I did that room tour I've been promising you since I moved into this flat in London. There's always a reason I put it off, that there's still something I want to do to my room, that something's not quite perfect, or whatever, but do you know what? Everybody's spaces are, I feel, in a constant process of change, and this is what my room is like just now. It's quite a comfortable, happy little place, I think, so why not share it with you in its current state? But without further ado, let's have a look, shall we? So this is my desk. It's a pretty standard desk. It was already in this flat when I moved in, so I have no idea where it's from, but it's pretty big, which is awesome because obviously then I can have stuff on it while still use it to full capacity. I can have notebooks open, textbooks open, and a laptop open at the same time, and I do certainly use it to store plenty of stuff. I have my notebooks filed in a mess. I also have more bits of paper and notebooks under the desk along with my printer and paper and things like that, and a laundry basket. Gotta use your space in a shared flat, don't you? I've got a little metal basket with bits of electronics and other bits and pieces in there. We've got pens, we've got notebooks, we've got textbooks, we have even little pictures. I feel as though the pictures are always the most interesting thing. I've got a mixture of photographs and prints and postcards on there. Both of the black text prints are actually the covers from Z-Book catalogues, which I just think were absolutely fantastic. The Virginia Woolf quote is from the Literary Emporium. We've got a few other prints, including the Jane Austen print and the Maybe Swearing Will Help print, which are from Etsy shops. Then a few postcards which are from Paperchase, as well as a little penguin postcard book cover of the Midwich Cuckoos, which was a birthday card from Sana, and a little postcard version of a Harry Potter artist's print. And the photographs, like you can see, are just nice little happy memories of me and my friends. But if you move to the side from my desk, that is where I store most of my clothes. It's just a pretty standard clothing rail. This one was in the flat when I moved in, but I've had ones like these from Argos before. And the mirror is a mirror I bought myself and is from Argos. Always handy for cheap bits of furniture when you need to get stuff that does the job, essentially. I tried to put my clothes in some sort of colour coordinated order, just so that even though they're on display they still look kind of neat. I am clearly by no means a minimalist wardrobe keeper. I have clothes on that clothing rail that I've had for more years than I care to count at this point, but you know, I'm not really a minimalist and I'm okay with that. Directly across from my desk and my clothes is my bed. It's actually a pretty awesome bed despite being the bed that came with a rented flat. The mattress is pretty comfy, so again, I cannot complain. The bed linen itself is from Primark and the throw is from Urban Outfitters. I bought it years ago at the beginning of university when there was a Christmas sale in Urban Outfitters. I of course have a bedside table with my current reads on it, as well as loads of toiletries jam-packed under there in a tiger basket. So this is what you can see when you're sitting in my bed, which is something I do a lot, and I think I've made it a pretty nice space to look at. Of course there is a bookcase. This bookcase is also from Argos. It was really inexpensive. I've had these bookcases before in my parents' home, so I knew they were pretty handy. The floorboards and just floor in general in this flat is all completely squint. Nothing is level, so you can tell that I've kind of stuffed some cardboard underneath the bookshelf to keep it stationary, essentially. I actually keep most of the books I've acquired since I moved to London in the bookcase in our living room, but on this bookcase I have non-fiction, ancient literature, and sort of uni-related research books. Above here I have two of my favourite pictures which I brought down from Edinburgh. One is a print from Maddie Vian, who is on YouTube. I will link her down below. I bought that at Summer in the City and I just think it's very accurate. I also have a sketch print of Athens as it would have looked presumably in antiquity. Both of these frames I hung up with those sort of adhesives that you can use to hang frames up these days that are supposedly don't damage walls, so hopefully that runs true. I then have some little frames propped on top of my bookshelf. The largest one is actually a scrap piece from a painting, a much larger painting that my mum was doing, which she decided wasn't quite working out as a full painting, but we cut this little scrap out of it because we thought it looked nice in the frame, and she gave that to me. I also have 2 postcards, which are both also from Paperchase. You can get some amazing postcards in Paperchase, which I framed in really cheap little frames, which I painted white. I then have one of these sort of see-through frames from Tiger, which is actually magnetic, and I've put inside that a printed Polaroid-esque photograph I took of the Pantheon, which is one of my favourite pieces of ancient architecture that's still standing today because of the quality in which it stands. I then have my Virginia Woolf vintage editions because they're just so beautiful, they have to be on display. A little bowl from Waitrose, I think, actually, which I just keep my memory card in. A tiny little candle, and my Socrates in his innocent smoothie woolly hat. The last print on my wall is this print, which is actually from the Pottermore shop. I very recently won this when I participated in a Pottermore quiz, and these were our winnings. We each got to pick a print, and I picked this one of the Stag Patronus. And you can buy these prints from the Pottermore shop if you're interested. I then have another piece of furniture which I picked up out of Argos, a kind of square shelving unit, on top of which I have my arrowhead plant, which I have named Saphira, after the dragon in Eragon, yes. A little empty candle jar which I stole jewellery in, a non-empty candle, and a little elephant head that's used to store rings, and a couple of pins that my friend got me from Anthropology one Christmas. I then have some tiny little wire fairy lights which I rarely remember to switch on. I have some bits and pieces like makeup and makeup brushes in here, a Votes for Women tin back there which I use to store sanitary products, a little jewellery holder which is from Tiger, the little perspex drawers are from Muji, this little mug is also from Tiger, and this is an empty candle jar. We then go down and I have a mishmash of different things. This is sort of my random storage one. I've got some handbags and scarves, and then some jumpers at the bottom, and some gin liqueur, because why not? I then have a little chest of drawers which came with a flat and is honestly not something I would look to buy again. It's not great, but it stores my jeans and pyjamas, etc, so it is handy. And on top I store makeup bags full of more makeup, and a little makeup holder. You know, watch too much YouTube videos, guys. And a candle, which is one of my absolute favourite candles. It's the Indian Pomelo candle from Oliver and Bonis. So this is what my room looks like if you swivel round. There's the tripod in the middle now, and the door. And my bed, of course, and all of these stars on my wall are from different Etsy shops. They are pretty cute. I just thought it might be a nice little thing to take up some of the white space on the wall and hang above my bed. So I picked up a few different sets of these.